I think he's been more aggressive in the strike zone. Um, not too many 3-1s, 2-0 counts. Is a guy that I've been saying all along, he can get people out in the zone. His changeup was more competitive in the last one, closer to the strike zone. So he got some weak ground balls and he got some swings and misses. So I think he understands that for him to go deep in the game, he needs to get some outs like that, avoid the 3-2 counts, and he's been more aggressive. David is going to throw one more bullpen, and we're shooting for Toronto. Friday. He's doing better. Yeah, he's doing good. But as you know, probably the weather is what the weather is. So I think that control environment in Toronto is better. And also two bullpens in between what we expect him to, in a start. Instead of going from zero to a start, he gets two bullpens in, and then he'll go from there. He's pitching today, 2 innings in AAA. He's playing today. He's DHing. I read somewhere it was 2 or 3 at bats. I think it's 3 or 4. He's DHing. Michael has done a good job. The quality of the bats, regardless of the results, they're good. There's a lot of deep counts with him. Obviously, he's a threat of hitting the ball out of the ballpark, with every swing. But he's done a good job as far as like working the counts and doing that. With Rafi, he's been very consistent, and you guys see everything that is going on the field, but what he's doing behind, in the clubhouse, in the cage, as far as structure, being consistent with his preparation, is cool to see. Sometimes, at that age, you try a lot of stuff, and oh, this is working, let me do that, and all of a sudden that doesn't work, let me do something else, and so on and so on. And this year, he's stick with one routine. He's been consistent with it. He's been dominating the strike zone. And the last few weeks, he's been hitting the ball in the air, which is the end result. And he's going to hit his home runs, but at the same time, he's going to keep hitting his line drives. He's using the whole field. And, he's only 22. And we're very proud of what he's doing.
It was basically a year since he got into the Dominican process. To see him lifting the ball in that direction, like how significant a skill that is, and how good was it for you to?
No, it's always good. I mean, obviously, the weather should be better when we come back, and there's going to be some fly balls that are going to go out of the ballpark, and with him and JD and all those guys. But for him to go that way is always good. But I think he's adjusted to the way they're being attacking him. One thing for sure, which I like, he's ready to hit from pitch one. And I don't know how many hits or line drives he have hit in the first pitch of the at bat. But if he's in the zone, he's been putting good swings. He's not trying to do too much. There's not much cursing anymore. But mechanic-wise, he's more quiet too in the box. And Timmy and Andy, they always said, if he's able to use his hands, he'll be good. If he tries to do too much, that's when he gets in trouble. Coming into the season, 2-0, 3-1 counts last year, he wasn't good because he was trying to do too much. He also had trouble, with certain pitches, and now that he's more relaxed and using his hands, he's been able to cover all of them.
Michael, now that it's been almost 3 weeks for him, do you feel like he's had to make adjustments yet, or is it still kind of a feeling process?
I don't know. I mean, like every team has their own philosophy of pitching. You know, some of them is north, south, others east, west, you know, others off speed, others the fastball. So, you know, it's not like there's a certain way that he's been attacked. One thing for sure, you know, he controls the strike zone, you know, and then we know the swings and misses are going to be part of the equation. We know that, but at the same time, you know, it's with competitive pitches. That's the most important thing. It's not like he's chasing way up or way down. Yeah, sometimes it's going to happen, but I think he's been very disciplined at that, and that's something I noticed in spring training for how hard he swings. In Dahlbeck, we talk about it with the strikeouts and all that, but it's not like it's out of control. Is with Dahlbeck is good pitches, and he takes, you know, pitches in the edge, and there's strikes, and with Chavis, but they're in the edge, and he swings at it, but it's not like coming into the season, we're like, oh, these guys are going to just swing and get lucky hitting home runs or getting hits.
When a young player gets to the big leagues for the first time, they often have not really had that stretch of adversity they've had to deal with. And Chavis went through that over 19 last week and over the weekend. Were you watching in particular to see maybe how he handled that and how he got through it?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to pay attention, so, you know, I know he takes notes. I take my notes too, so, but he was the same, you know, trying to get feedback from Tim and Andy, doing his same routine in the cage. And that's what you want, you know, it's not easy to hit at this level, and, you know, you're going to go through stretches like that, but I don't know, I don't think people really notice he was 0 for 19. I think you see what's going on in the field and the quality of the bats, and when you see 0 for 19, you're like, really? You know, it didn't feel that way. So that's a good sign.
Alex, when you heard Chris last night blaming himself for shooting Colorado way back in the game, what were your thoughts?
I mean, he's accountable and he's transparent, and that's the type of player you want. But nah, we had a lead going into the 8th, and, you know, and we made a pitch to 0, and they hit a home run. But if that's on him, well, I don't know. Blame the manager, I guess, you know. Blame me. That was fun to watch. You know, that was see the game and the feedback from people and the feedback from the Rockies, and, you know, it's almost hard to understand they hit a home run, and that's the way this game goes, you know. You can be great, and one swing can change the night, but we're very proud of him, and are looking forward for him to pitch on Sunday, see what happens.
I guess, just what is his personal standard? Has he communicated to you maybe what his idea of success, of what dominance is?
I think we all know what he's all about, and, you know, he's going to be here for a long time, and what he wants to do is do the same thing we did as a group last year. That's his main goal. That's what he's here for. And, you know, he'll do anything possible, you know, to put us in that spot. And, you know, he's very accountable. You know, he even said he embarrassed his family. that was a good one, I guess. But, you know, we talked to him throughout the whole thing, and you know, I was like, hey, man, you'll be fine. Just be patient, you know, and it's not as bad as it looks. Obviously, you know, here you get judged by wins and losses, you know, and it didn't look good. He was, 0-5 or whatever, or he's 1-5. I don't even know, but he took that hard, you know, and I was like, hey, man, you're gonna get there, and you're gonna carry us, you know, the way you did last year, and yesterday was cool to see, and now he pitches on Sunday against a great team, and let's see where we go.
Alex, you mentioned accountability. A couple of your pitchers left last night without,
Yeah, somebody Lou told me that on the show. I didn't know, you know, so, you know, I'll make sure, you know, talk to those guys. I didn't know, so.
that's something.
I always say that my players have to be responsible, transparent, and accountable. So I'll make sure, you know, that doesn't happen again.
Alex, when you see Chris be as dominant as he was last night, do that performance, is there anything defining, obvious, that you can see different last night and what he was doing compared to his first couple of starts of the year?
Command, we can talk about velocity, but I think his command of the fastball. The slider is a lot better. I think his delivery is a lot better. And, I think you put that all together, and that's the result. He's been studying the way he attacks hitters because people make adjustments. And one thing for sure, he works hard with Dana and Craig, his delivery, and Banny and David, and they're always working, looking for something to get better, and that's what the great ones do. Most likely Hector, but let's see how he goes today on Friday.
He's in any progress with Pierce. Obviously, he's not getting results.
Just keep working on it. He was out there today, working on his timing, getting his hands in a good place, so he can get his swing off. It seems like he's not hesitant because he wants to swing, in certain pitches, but he hasn't been able to pull the trigger. So just keep working. We're gonna go through a stretch here that I don't think we're gonna face too many lefties coming up. So he'll keep working. He's a guy that we need. With lefties coming out of the bullpen, they got done. So he'll be ready for that. We know that just like the other guys, they're one swing away from getting back. We talk about Mookie, and now we see Jackie controlling the strike zone, getting his walk. So we'll keep working. We'll keep working with him. Let's see how it works out today. He's working out today. He's working out tomorrow. And if everything goes fine, then we'll make a decision. I don't know yet.
With Johnson, how are you going to have, what schedule are you going to follow?
Today he's going 2, and then he will start his next one. I think is Monday, so he'll go 3 or 4. But let's see how it goes today.
You mentioned Delvac earlier, and the strikeout rate, it's dropped obviously from where it was from last year, about, it was like 11% from the 29 games that he were on last year. What was the most important message, I guess, you gave him last, from, when he was leaving spring training?
I honestly think that these guys they saw what happened towards the end of the season last year. Like the way we approached the at bats. They obviously watched the playoffs and all that, so they knew coming into spring training that we take pride on putting the ball in play in certain situations and controlling the strike zone. So there wasn't a message that we had to give them because they understood, all of them, Chatham, Dalbec, and Chavis coming to spring training. They knew that that's something we take pride of, and it's something very important. You look at the last World Series champs, they did that, the Astros, and we did it last year. So that's part of what good teams do. You start looking at teams this year, and I think Houston is in the same role right now. They're putting the ball in play. We're doing the same thing right now. So that's very important. I think that's something they understand that as an organization. We get it, there's certain at-bats that, 2 outs, nobody on. Hey, man, take your hacks, even with 2 strikes, try to put a point on the board, a run. But there's certain at-bats with man at third, less than 2 outs, infield in. They can go the other way. They can do it. So they understand that. And, I saw that his average was down there for a while, but, I kept looking, and he was taking his walks and controlling the strike zone, and he took off last week, which is a good sign for him.